Good morning, friends. This is my second time trying this video. The first time I dropped you into the cucumbers trying to squish cucumber beetles. So this happened yesterday, and this was one of just a few things. And I've squished a lot of them, but if you come out first thing in the morning, see this area right here? If you peek inside, you'll find probably 10 or 12 cucumber beetles, because that's where they hang out for the night, I'm guessing. And so what I do is I'll just come and I'll just squish the whole leaf, kill a whole bunch of them, open it up, and get the rest. But it looks like I'm going to have to bring some organic spray out because they're pretty fierce. Yesterday I had to take my own advice. A whole litany of everything that could go wrong went wrong. And I really got down yesterday, and I had to remind myself that I enjoy doing this, and that's not good. But I wanted to show you this. There's some little flowers on our melons. So today's a new day. I came out yesterday, and well, first of all, our tractor, we found a piece of wire out in the field, and husband had to jack it up to get there we go, no beans yet. He had to jack it up to get the wire out of the mower blades, and then the battery died, so it's needed a new battery. I told him just go get a battery, but he's trying to wait, and there's that. So then I kind of torqued my back. I was in a lot of pain yesterday out here, and I was hot and I was tired, and he fixed us breakfast, and I appreciate that so much. But when he gets in that kitchen, we don't really have a kitchen, he dirties every dish we have. I'm sure of it. And it took me quite a while because, I'm doing dishes in my bathroom sink right now while we do this remodel. It took me quite a while to get the kitchen cleaned up. And then I had to, because you have to dry them as you go, and then you have to walk them out into one of the 3 rooms where we've got everything stored. And then I saw a cabbage moth out here, and I thought, well, see, here's what didn't happen yesterday. So I thought, well, I was going to make this thing for the end, and there you go. That's what I had to do yesterday. So I just rigged it. But I literally had to wrestle with this cabbage moth to get this done. So what I'm going to do is, this is a sewing project. I'm going to actually create my own that'll just slide over the top, and I won't have to use these. But for now, we've got the screen, and I just use clips from the office supply store. And if you see here, my husband put 2x4s down here and drilled holes to make it more sturdy for the winds, because we have farm fields all around us, and the winds can be pretty brutal. But as you can see from this one, see how this one's starting to split? Yeah, that happened to me yesterday too. All those started splitting and coming off. And then I found, after I did my video with you, that Mr. Bunny had come in. See all the leaves there? He had gotten broccoli, cabbage. He had gotten a lot more than what I had thought. So it was one of those days where you just have to pick yourself up by your bootstraps. And like I said, plus I was hot. And I went to find this screen, and I couldn't find it from where he worked on the high tunnel after it had its little issue this summer. This winter from the really bad storms. Look at that yarrow, isn't it just beautiful? And I couldn't find I keep everything organized and in totes. I'm pretty OCD, and it just all overwhelmed me yesterday. Our house I've been living with it not being remodeled for 5 years. It's just been a constant state of construction, trying to find things, can't find things. And like I said, plus I was overheated and frustrated. And finally I I went in and sat down for a little while. So then my mother came over, and she had a television in her truck, and my brother was supposed to go help her unload it at her lake house, and he didn't show up. So I went over, Hubs and I followed her out to her little lake house to unload her TV, and we sat out there and watched the boats go by. And you would think that that would be stress relieving, and it wasn't. There were too many boats, and everyone was being very reckless, and it just stressed me out. Look, we have a friend. Look at all the pollen on him. Can you see him? Oh, look, there's all kinds of them out here. There's actually some honeybees from our hive, hopefully. Look at him getting in there and getting the job done. They are everywhere. They love sage. That was one of the reasons why I just kind of let this go, because last year it was just covered. Oh, look, here's another little friend coming. So we came home from going out to help her, and our cat, had kittens in a basement window well. So we have 3 new kittens. So then we had to deal with getting them in a box and out in the barn so that we didn't have to worry about coyotes, because coyotes will take those babies on. So I picked myself up by my bootstraps, and here I am. The Lord's blessed me with another day. He has, it just takes a minute for you to just recharge those batteries. And this will help too. I tell you what, I don't know if you can hear them. The birds out here are deafening. They're just so loud. Cheek, cheek, chickies! If you watch, they'll all come over and say hello to us. Hey ladies, good morning. Uh-oh. We might have to go somewhere else if he's feeling his wild oats this morning. There we go. Cheek, cheek, chickies. They think I have strawberries for him. This lady right here, she's the chosen one, she thinks. Hey, sweetness. How are you? Good morning. Good morning, sweetheart. She was headed out for the cones last year when we were doing chickens, and she talked to my husband and convinced him not to do it. So here she is. We banned, I don't know if you can see them. Let me put this up against the fence. We actually banned chickens, so every year it's a different color. So if you can see the little white one there, you can kind of see her band. And that tells us how old they are. And it tells us who's probably ready to be replaced and who's new and should be laying eggs. So with all these chickens here, we're getting a couple dozen eggs a day. We have, we'll go over and see if the baby chickens are out. Hubs wants to cut this down. This is just weed, and this used to be all beautiful grass until we turned the girls here. And we noticed that they like to hide in here and they like to shade in here. So I told him he wasn't allowed to cut it down, and now he's telling me he's gonna cut it down. So there's that. All right, let's come over here and see if we can sneak up on the babies. So the hatching video that I did was like my first live video. We did that for the grandkids to be able to watch the chickens hatch. So, no, I just saw them taking off running. Can you see the baby chicks? Let's see if it's gonna focus for you. And I don't know that it'll let me. Yeah, there we go. So there's the babies. We are, oops, come on, get back in focus. Oh, it wants to focus on the fence. Oh well, we'll close her back down there. So we're pretty close to putting them in with the other chickens, because one of the things that we'll do this week is we will take this fence and we will add the other fence onto it so that the girls can go under those trees because they like those trees. Here's our proud mama. Hey, Tiggers. How are the baby chicks this morning? Or baby kittens?
Good, fat.
Good and fat?
Hey, you like my fashion statement?
I'm not even videoing your fashion statement. I turned away as soon as I saw. Although, if you'll notice, I'm not taking myself either because I haven't had a shower yet, and it's not a pretty sight. I did take a shower last night, kids. I just haven't taken one this morning. I always take it after garden chores. So, I'll show you what we got over here. Hopefully, we'll have enough light. I'll open this door up some more. There we go. Baby kittens. All piled up on top of each other. Get off of your sister. So I know we have one girl and one boy. We might have 2 boys. But if they have the personality of their mama, I'll be thrilled. See that? That's not cat food. Nope. Nothing but the best for our kittens, our cats. Not for the kittens, it's for the mama. Yep, Hubs buys them their own tuna fish. There's the garden from over here. Can you hear all the little birds? You know, it's mornings out here by myself. I call it my coffee with Jesus. But I really appreciate all that we've gotten done and all that God has given us to be a steward over. It makes it hard when you have decisions to make like we're trying to make. I could tell you about that on another video. But we might be working on this paradise for someone else. So we'll see where God leads us. So these are elderberries. We got them as little sticks. And as you can see, we started off with 3. I hit one with the weed eater, but evidently it didn't faze them one bit. And look, we are going to have berries this year. Make a lot of elderberry syrup for us and for our Macedonian neighbor. And for our kids and grandkids. Caesar says hello. Well, friends, I'll take you down and show you the corn, and then we're going to call it done because I have some work to do before we host church. And I want to make sure at least change clothes, if not get a shower real quick. But it's like everything just jumped out of the ground yesterday with that heat. Look at all those potatoes and the corn. So until next time, friends, be blessed, be a blessing, and me eating humble pie, taking my own words of wisdom. Do not be discouraged, for He is with you always.